Hey guys, at it again now that the sun finally came out. It was raining for the last couple days, so haven't been able to work on my truck, but it's sunny now, so I'm going ahead and starting on the dash. I'm about to trace out the stock dash, whatever you want to call it, because that's part of the stock one right there. This piece right here is part of the stock, and I trimmed it off. So I'm just going to trace out the shape, just so I get the stock shape type thing, and just as a starting point, and then I will hand draw or something how I want the rest, because I'm thinking of doing it like this, like it is, going up, but then having it come up and kind of bubble round off, and then go back to slant back, and then this part here will come up, right, type thing, hide this, make it look nice, and maybe a super tweed or something right here on either side, but those are just plans. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that and see where it happens. Now that I have the dash traced out, it ended about that line right there. I went ahead and continued on by hand, the piece, the rest of it. It's kind of nice. It's got a nice little shape to it and all that. So now I'm going to cut it out with my trusty knife, which is right there, and look at it and play with it and see how she looks. So I think it's going to look good, and then that way there I can transfer it onto the wood and make a few copies of it. So make like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about maybe a good 12 or so. And that way there I can attach them all. They're going to come up and sit on, or bolt underneath, or screw underneath I should say, type thing of this piece, because I don't feel like redoing that, and it's still a nice piece, strong piece. And that way there I can stretch fiberglass over it, over everything, and make it look good and play with it. But for now, I'll take it one step at a time and go with that. So I found a pattern, shape, whatever, that I like, that seems to work. So I'm going to trace it out onto some wood. I'm using this piece here that I had left over, so I'm not using my good stuff. So that way there, if I don't like it when I make it, then I didn't spend any money on it type thing. It gets reused. So I'm going to go ahead and trace out the pattern as many times as I can, and then take the dash out and start building it. Have the pieces cut out, and that's where the dash is going to sit. That's where that line's there. It's going to look something like this, all rounded. They're kind of rough right now, but I will sand them down. So yeah, basically that's all it's going to look like. I'm going to put the one here, the one there, and one at the end. Maybe probably a couple more in the middle here, just to give it some stability, so when I stretch the fabric it has something to keep shape. And then my center console is going to come right up, butt up to this pretty much. So it's going to be nice, deep type thing. It's going to sit right about here. So my head unit's actually going to be hidden by this part and the one on the other side, so it's going to be kind of countersunk, which is going to be nice, I think. And then I'll play around with it, maybe do something, but I'll talk about it when I get to there. So now I'm just going to finish putting the other pieces on and continue the dash. As you can see, I have finished putting in all the braces. It's starting to take shape. You can kind of see what it's going to look like now. Excuse me. I just have a few other things left to do, like sand them all down, make them smooth, and add little back pieces there. Little back pieces that come down, kind of maybe sand this down, round it off, whatever, but just a little piece so it goes down, because the fiberglass is going to come over. I'm going to stretch the cloth over and then attach it back here, so it does that nice flow. I still have to build the piece for the gauges here. My center console, what it's going to be, it's going to slide right in here nicely, be a nice tight fit, and it's going to follow the same lines. So it's going to come up from the back, go up, and come to about here, I believe, and kind of just drop. But I think it might actually come up a little higher, so it's going to be interesting when I get to that part. We'll see when I get there. So yeah, stay tuned for the next part.